Welcome to Central Happenings Network. I'm your host, bellagio.sampler, and welcome to the show. We have a nice, comfy news show this evening. We have some videos to watch, some funny stuff. We are going to be interviewing SWS Anon, really. We found out who he was because he advertised his BitChute. We looked at that last time. Very interesting individual. Definitely seems like he believes in God. We're gonna pick his brain. He is Truth Power Love over on BitChute. Probably been censored from YouTube. I don't know his story, but we're gonna find out. That'll be this week, upcoming. Tonight I am too tired. We might open up the phones later, but a phone call show from front to back might be coming up this week when a major happening occurs. Let's lower the music. Okay. How is everybody doing? Let's get into the bunker. Let's put this there. Okay, welcome. Let's pull up the window. Our first article of news. I want to see who's in the house. Mario Fernandez, Six String Ronin, Kenny Powers, Devunk88, Ricky Radness, Snowball, Big Smitty. How's everyone doing on Twitch and DLive? SDZYYY. Finally catching a live stream. Awesome. Awesome. We're going to look at interesting information. Interesting red pills that I will break down. Different concepts. Then we're going to look at some good videos. But just a couple, because at the very end of the show, we might play some Minecraft. You have a link to your Discord. I do not. Black Eagle might, if he shows up. We are going to be making the Discord public very soon. Like open to all. So soon, my friend, you will have an invite. But I don't know if he's... We'll find out when he gets here. Marco Polo is saying, if you've been jabbed, go get a magnet and see if it sticks to the injection site. I just... we don't believe in that. Your body, your choice. If you want to get the vaccine, that's on you. That's good. You should head down to your local temples and get the vaccine. But I am not. There's no magnetizing me. I've heard about that. We're going to look into that later. Is it fiction? Is it an advertising campaign for a new movie about polar shifts? We're going to find out. SDZY says, crazy all the videos of maskers still wanting to wear masks even when their CDC gods say no to anymore. Yeah, I know. I know, right? Yeah, I'm not taking that needle. Are you ready for the first bit of interesting news from CNN? Say what? CNN? 2 months ago, Space Force Commander blasts Tucker Carlson. He praised... So Space Force Commander fired after comments made on conservative podcasts. He's praised for it in the media, the Space Force commander blasting Tucker. Space Force commander doesn't like Marxist ideologies in a podcast. He's then fired. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Lollmeyer, that's a funny one, joined the Steve Gruber show to discuss his new book, Irresistible Revolution, Marxism's Goal of Conquest, and the Unmaking of the American Military, which alleges that Marxist ideologies are becoming widespread within the armed forces. He expounded on those concerned in the podcast. He says, since taking command as a commander about 10 months ago, I saw what I considered fundamentally incompatible and competing narratives of what America was, is, and should be. Lollmeyer said, that wasn't just prolific in social media or throughout the country during this past year, but it was spreading through the United States military, and I had recognized those narratives as being Marxist in nature. When pressed on what exactly he meant, Lollmeyer decried the New York Times 1619 Project, a historical look at how slavery formed America's institutions, as anti-American. It teaches intensive teaching that I heard at my base. It teaches intensive teaching, kind of a weird phrasing, that I heard at my base, that at the time the country ratified the United States Constitution, it codified white supremacy as the law of the land, Lollmeyer said. If you want to disagree with that, then you start being labeled all manner of things, including racist. So he's exposing this within, exposing it. So I'll explain this in a minute. The military is like an ultimate insiders club, put it that way. When you're in the military, you know things, and when you're out of the military, you don't know things, right? They keep secrets on the inside. It's almost like being a part of a police force. They take care of stuff. They clean house from within. But this guy is spilling the beans. The average person, the sheeple, right, are not supposed to know these things about the military. That they're teaching Marxism now. And communism is spreading within the military. Pretty scary stuff. This Anon is saying, why hasn't Biden shut down Space Force if Trump just loaded it with right-wing terrorists? We know which side of the aisle that guy's on. Now, I wouldn't call that guy a terrorizer. He's just a colonel that is concerned about the military. Mistrial, Chauvin juror attended pre-trial rally wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt. A juror in the Derek Chauvin trial may have jeopardized the guilty verdict by attending a rally last year and wearing a Get Your Knee Off Our Necks BLM t-shirt, raising questions about whether he told the truth during jury. You know, you're supposed to kind of be unbiased when you're a juror to a degree, right? Brandon Mitchell, known as juror number 52, what's the gematria there, right? Told Minneapolis news outlets Monday that he attended the August 28th march in D.C. featuring speeches by George Floyd siblings, while a photo circulating online shows him with two cousins wearing the t-shirt, as well as BLM hats. Will this make a mistrial for Chauvin? Now, say what you will, either side of the spectrum here. If you think that the cop went far beyond. Yes, the knee on the neck didn't help an individual that was known, that the coroner said, the autopsy said, had 3 to 4 different drugs in him. I think 4. Fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, the devil's lettuce. Okay? So the knee to the neck, you know, could have been the cherry on top of the sundae in the proverbial death blow in a unjust manner that, you know, it was a little unfair, but an unruly individual that's hopped up on drugs at the moment, camera footage shows it. What do? They should have had all the cops holding him down. Tasing him would have been just as bad. That could have killed him. I guess it wouldn't have looked as bad. The optic of a knee on the neck, right? The whole point is this: police around the country are not happy about this. Are tired of their job. They want to resign. They want to return back to normal life. What happens when all the police resign? The Zog machine gets its way. The New World Order gets its way when all the police resign. Then there's anarchy. Anarchy is from these propagandists like Edward Bernays and the New World Order elite. I am enjoying a ginger ale. It's very nice. So yeah, the police, not good. Ask your local cop. They're humans, you know. They can only take so much of being blamed for everything. Republican Arizona election officials say Trump is unhinged. A lot of loud barking coming out of Arizona. They seem like they're a little worried about the audit. They seem to be trying to build a narrative ahead of it. The Republican who now leads the Arizona County Elections Department, targeted by a GOP audit of the 2020 election. So this is like a Republican who's like Mitt Romney. He's just Republican on paper. They're full-on globalist, full-on New World Order. Audit results is slamming former President Donald Trump, slamming him and others in his party for their continual falsehoods about how the election was run. Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer on Saturday called a Trump statement accusing the county of deleting all an elections database. He called it unhinged. Like I said, they're getting ahead of it. Instead, the auditors have moved at a snail's pace and a shutdown Thursday after counting about 500,000 ballots. Trump's statement said in part that the entire database of Maricopa County in Arizona had been deleted. This is illegal, and the Arizona State Senate, who is leading the forensic audit, is up in arms, Trump is saying. And of course, the guy in charge is like, "Oh, well, we didn't do anything. Nothing to see here. We're not botching anything up." Yeah, okay. I don't know. It would be a historic election on both sides. Trump got more votes than Obama, and Biden got more votes than Obama, huh? Pretty crazy. A lot of people voted, I guess. Let's finish our last. Now the Wisconsin audit is beginning. USASupreme.com breaking the state of Wisconsin's authorized an audit of the 2020 election. So now Wisconsin, it seems like the Trump campaign, if you can call it that, the Trump team, the shadow president, right? If Obama's a shadow president, a couple blocks from the White House, Trump is now a shadow president in the White House in Key West, right? Key West White House. But an audit of Wisconsin. What will come up there? What will happen? The Department of Homeland Security is worried. Completely worried about it. Let's take a look at this information. The weekly copium. Right? Let's zoom in on this. This is actually really good information. This is a scenario that's being played out. Possibly. Tim Pool. The Tim Pool memes on DLive. I love them. Very good. Okay, are you ready for this? Pay close attention, this Anon is saying. You are watching a movie. A lot of what you are seeing is complete fake fabrication and crap, he's saying. It's so outrageous on purpose to get your attention at those points. I don't know what translation this is, but it's so outrageous on purpose to get your attention at those points, you know, at the crap, you know, the fake stuff. It will continue until it has accomplished that goal fully. There is no Biden presidency. You are seeing actors. Some have masks. That's why Biden keeps referring to himself as the mask president. This means they are the good guys in this movie on the team of freedom. This whole election was fake, along with a fake inauguration, fake executive orders, fake Oval Office. Candidate Trump broke the algorithm in 2016, which they didn't expect. If they had no plan B, no way to inject hundreds of thousands of paper ballots that comport with injections of electronic votes. So COVID gave them the excuse to mass mail out unrequested absentee ballots so they could inject them to square with the fake electronic ballots once PDJT broke the algorithm. President Donald J. Trump. As for first-time use, probably the presidential election in Mexico in 1988. So they had been perfecting it for a long time. There was long delay in 2016 around 1 a.m. in reporting election results. All the networks joined in. There was a search for votes for Hillary, but they had no plan. In 2020, they had truckloads of paper mail-in ballots ready to go. If Biden needed 91 million votes instead of 81 million, no problem. It's all fake. Wake up. The military is right now controlling our country until the new elections in a couple of months. Insurrection Act has been signed. Executive order from 2018 is in full effect. Things will soon be revealed publicly. Hopefully you can wake up before then so you don't have a heart attack in the process. They really tried stealing our election. That part is real. Trump knew this and allowed it to expose them and arrest those involved, and will be implementing a blockchain fraud-proof election system, which was already patented back in August 2020. He skipped the Ninth Circuit Corrupt Court because they too were compromised and went 100% FISA. This is total military operation. He's saying that again. The goal was to arrest and remove these crooks first before ever winning an election. Furthermore, the Vatican owned the corruption DC corporation, and that is no longer. It will soon be a republic for which it stands under the Constitution as originally intended. You will get a history lesson in the process along with a solid grasp of the Constitution. Many corrupt DC rats and Hollywood elite, creeps have gone to jail for crimes of high treason conspiracy. Many more are in the process of meeting justice via military tribunals. Things will be made public in time very soon. No more secrets, no more games. I hope so. There are many actors in the movie, not just Biden double comedian guy. Probably Jim Carrey. Who's who at this point is somewhat a mystery on purpose. Some are playing a part from the very beginning. Others flipped for a deal and now playing a part in this movie. The best thing you could do right now is just wake up to the truth that's being shown to you. Take heart that communists have no real power over our country. And look forward to the things Trump has already pre-planned long ago. I'll warn you now, things will get stranger from here. If you pay attention and listen, when did he wrote this? 5/8/21. Fairly recently. A week ago. A couple of 10 days ago. Something like that. 8 days ago. Things will get stranger. If you are watching the Mockingbird media, Fox News, CNN, you'll cry. Whatever you do, please don't call Joe Biden president. He's really long gone and his double has no power. Watch Arizona, it says on the bottom, the last thing. So, we could say 2 more weeks for sure. The meme, we can laugh a little bit. 2 more weeks. But this would be a fantastic movie. What do you think? A fantastic movie. I don't put my faith in any politician. My faith is in Jesus Christ. So, but there's people that read this and they start freaking out that Trump will save us. Listen, we could talk about all the weird coincidences with the MIT uncle, Tesla documents, theories of time travel. I have a whole video on Barron Trump's wondrous adventure, fantastic journey or whatever, from the 1920s, 1800s books. Weird, prophetic, old books, kind of like 1984, things that might have been planned from long ago. Very weird coincidences. But my faith is not in that. I just watch this as all entertainment. And like, yeah, this would be very, very fun. But we're going to find out. The whole concept of this, revolves around all the inconsistencies with Biden. We covered those on the show. Let's mute the music a little bit. Let's see what you guys are saying. What are you guys saying on D-Live? Mnemonic Edition says, I used to love this level of Q-Prawn, but I don't know, bro. The DNC, he thinks Xenon was. Yeah, this could be more basically for the people that watch Patriot Soapbox, stuff like that, just more of this hope, right? Now, we would all be blind to say there isn't some weird stuff going on behind the scenes. Some weird stories we hear. Definitely faction wars going on. The most amazing thing, we could segue. Here's a part of the faction war. We're going to read this in a minute about these pipeline. The pipeline wars. The pipeline wars, guys. Now, problem, reaction, solution. If they shut down all the pipelines and create a gas shortage, then they're doing it, right? They cry about it. Why do we have no gas flowing? Well, you shut down all the pipelines, right? Michigan orders closure of pipeline and escalating dispute with Canada. It's a ticking time bomb. This little piece of pipe that has no record of leaking that goes under one part. Like part of it goes under a small water. I don't know why they wouldn't build it over it. But regardless, whether it's over it or under it, a leaky pipe's a leaky pipe. It'll still leak into the water. But there's been no history of that. This is a Democratic governor just shutting it down to create a problem. this segues with that last information because they create the madness. They want you to react to it. We're going to go back to a lot of these threads. The magnets. I want to find one. Yeah, here we go. Here, faction war. Netanyahu furious with Joe Biden. Netanyahu says airstrike on Gaza Tower did not hit uninvolved people as Biden calls Israel an Abbas. Biden spoke to the Palestinian leader and Israeli PM by telephone after airstrike on building used by media. Netanyahu says airstrike on Gaza Tower did not hit anyone uninvolved. Benjamin Netanyahu told President Joe Biden that the uninvolved were evacuated from the Gaza Tower housing media hours before Israel devastatingly and widely condemned airstrike on Saturday. They have been doing very irreprehensible things, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. You're not the only one that thinks that anymore. You could look at Twitter and see hundreds and thousands of blue check marks saying things like free Palestine. I think Paris Hilton wrote something about free Palestine, stop the oppression against them, yada, yada, yada. Paris Hilton. So a major shift in the timeline where now the media is openly condemning the bad things that Israel's doing. Right? Wouldn't that be a good thing? That people get called out for the bad things that they do? I mean, America gets called out for every fart, whistle, and bad airdrop that goes wrong, right? Which hasn't happened in a while. But that's what happens. But we got to see if this music is sanctioned. Let's see. Oh, nope. This music is. Alrighty. Yeah, I just think it's a bad situation over there. And our taxpayer dollars are paying for it, right? But not knowingly. Let's pretend there was a voting form of taxes, a blockchain taxes, right? And we got to vote like, oh, I'd rather give more money to local schools and local hospitals. I'd choose not to give my taxes over to this, you know. If we had to give a certain amount, you know, at least we know it's not being used for the Iron Dome, right? I don't know. It's a complete disaster over there, a complete shit show. A complete mess. 1 second. Let's see. The next, there was one more that tied into this. One more bit of news. Here we go. Does Israel have ICBMs capable of reaching American soil? Discussing the political implications of the Samson option. So Israel has a Samson option. Samson from the Bible famously tore down the temple, killing a whole bunch of guards, you know, bad guys, put it that way. They have some of the most advanced missile capabilities in the Middle East, supported by foreign technical cooperation and spies with stealth technology, just like China. Israel produces a variety of cruise and ballistic missiles, several of which it exports. Much of Israel's missile capabilities are short-range tactical systems, like the one used in Beirut, right? Including advanced semi-autonomous loitering weapons. Israel also deploys longer-range ballistic missiles for strategic deterrence. Jericho 3. 480 kilometers. So they have a lot of they have all of Europe, you know, parts of Russia, parts of Kazakhstan, parts of China, even India. What's up with this oval though? I don't like what the... Why wouldn't it be a perfect circle? Let me guess, it's a globe, right? It's a globe, man. I mean, yeah, it is a globe, but why is it an oval going north? Don't you think this 48-kilometer ballistic missile range would be 4.8 100 kilometers in every direction? What are they trying to say, guys? I hate when they crap up the maps, guys. I hate it. This Elon is saying it depends on whether or not their submarines are capable of getting within range of us. If they can, they absolutely, but I don't think they have any full capable ICBMs. They have their own space program / satellites, though, so theoretically anyone who can put an object into space is able to hit anywhere on Earth, ... Ever play Kerbal Space Program? And then in that case, it becomes a matter of whether or not we trust our missile interceptors. This guy's saying the Israeli Shavit space vehicle, quote unquote, is actually an ICBM, and yes, it can hit the USA if we are disobedient and don't prostrate. Don't prostrate, guys. So the Israeli Shavit. That's a funny one, huh? Let's Google that one. Let's see what comes up. You think we'll be put on a watch list? The Shavit 2. Oy vey. Uh-oh. It's Lenny Shavitz! Oi! Here, we're gonna watch it in flight, guys. You ready? Unclassified information. We're being put on the list right now. This is on YouTube though, guys. I love the space foil, right? The NASA space foil. Once you realize what space really is, it'll all make sense to you. They gotta play stupid music and act all cool. We're muting their music. Oi, oh, Lenny! We have to get the rocket up in space. Let's see, ready? We playing it? I think I paused it. Look at this thing. This is the Shavit 2. It looks so crude. Like, I mean, I hate to give the guy credit. We're going to talk about him in a little bit. Mr. Elon Musk. But, I mean, Elon's rockets and the propulsion system completely dab on this. This looks like a firework compared to, like, Elon the Antichrist's rockets. This is now you're talking my language. This is NASA, guys. CGI. Amnon Harari, head of the Space Administration. I don't know about this guy. Let's watch these guys, though. So, I don't know if you guys have been watching Goyim.tv. Right? Goyim TV, is that what it is? I might be joining it. We'll see. Maybe we'll do some exclusive Goyim.tv streams. But these guys, this is the news angle of the story. But if you want, you can go to the Handsome Truth. Google Handsome Truth Goyim.tv, right? Tell me, what is it called, guys? Am I getting the name site, the name? Goy TV. Pretty, they built their own YouTube, basically. What does that take? What kind of money does that take to host? I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's watch this. So this is classic.
A man who police say is a member of an anti-Semitic group arrested during a traffic stop.
And Local 10 was there when he got out of jail earlier today. Local 10's Ian Margle joins us live with the details on this one. Ian?
Yeah, he got out just a couple of hours ago. The charge against him was just a misdemeanor for resisting an officer without violence. But the group he is here with and their message, that is what stands out about this guy. Take a look. His name is Joseph Bounds. He is 33 years old. He is from Denver, Colorado. He is part of a group known as the Goyim Defense League. And for those that don't know, a goy is a really not so nice word in Yiddish, meaning non-Jew. The group is well known for their vehemently anti-Semitic rhetoric. This week, they were in South Florida. First spotted in Boca at this pro-Israel rally, their van covered in anti-Semitic writing like Hitler was right. They wave Palestinian flags, but they are not actually interested in the plight of Palestinians at all. They only care about being against Jews. In fact, when they were spotted yesterday in Miami, several...
I mean, realistically speaking, how does this news guy not know their political stance? How do they really know that they're not pro-Palestinian, quote unquote? He's like, they're not really pro-Palestine, because now on Twitter it's becoming hip to be pro-Palestine. So the news guy's saying, oh, they're not really pro-Palestine. They just are anything anti.
Several of them gave Nazi salutes to the camera when they were pulled over a little while later. Police say Bounds got out of the van to film the traffic stop, but after they say he ignored their directions to get out of the way and back up multiple times, police eventually took him into custody. We were there this afternoon as he walked out of jail. Take a listen to what he had to say.
I witnessed a traffic stop and I tried to film it. A sergeant asked me to back up, so I did, and then he arrested me when I got about a foot away. Behind my back. I had my back turned when he arrested me.
So this morning, that charge of resisting arrest...
A long way from, where do they say they're from? Denver? Is that where Handsome Truth is? I feel like Handsome Truth lives in Florida. But I guess that guy's from Denver.
Was dropped, and you may have noticed he was wearing a mask when he got out of jail. On it was a picture of a meme, a very anti-Semitic meme known as the Happy Merchant. It is a favorite of anti-Semites and white supremacists all
okay, I am laughing at the way that he is describing this stuff.
All over the internet. While we were speaking to him, he also said on camera, Hitler was right, the Jews were wrong. Just another reminder of all of the hate that we somehow still see today. Live in West Miami-Dade, I'm Ian Marvel, Local 10 News.
Holy freaking moly. That was pretty classic. Me and the few boys from the base gonna have one explaining this one to the first sergeant. That really made my night. What can I get that gator? This guy is effing boss. Another picture of them. Or somebody. I don't know whose van that is. Again, you go watch these knuckleheads. There it is. GoyimTV.tv. Handsome Truth. You could watch their angle of the irreprehensible acts they committed. The irreprehensible First Amendment acts. Back when I grew up, everyone had the commonality that, you know, you might not agree with what they say, but they have a right to say it, and we fight for that right to say it. You know, people used to say stuff like that. Zoomers don't know anything about that. Now everything is just cancel culture. Right? Now, we can't watch that stuff here. But you could take it upon yourself. I was watching some of it, I'm not going to lie. If people used to watch Faces of Death and train wrecks for entertainment, then, when I say this, that it's the most entertaining thing I've seen in a long time. They get assaulted on camera. Pretty wacky stuff, guys. Pretty wacky stuff. We're gonna watch some more stuff here. Okay, the Shabbat rocket we watched. So they keep really pushing the UFO stuff. The UFO stuff. They keep talking about the oceans now. What is with the oceans, guys? Yeah, what is this from? The movie? Is that Arma? Yeah, it's definitely Arma. I want to get Arma now. All these different these idiots. The Arma footage. People think it's the Iron Dome. Unbelievable. The UFO deception. We talked about it here. UFOs are demons. They're going to start just openly worshiping them. What is this? Oh, yeah. Liz. I love that one. Hunter Biden Finger Lakes, guys. What an odd back tattoo, right? Look how, like, coked out of his mind, cracked out of his mind the guy is. Pretty bad stuff, guys. Jim Carrey says people disappear at the Finger Lakes. What is this? Just different glacial lakes. We don't know too many details. Memory Hole did a good video on this. We covered this early on. But the whole rundown is that bad things happen around the Finger Lakes. Just a strange back tattoo. It pretty much mirrors it exactly. Pretty exact. Pretty brazen, right? What about the magnets, guys? I don't know if I believe this too much, really. What do you think, guys? When at Bethany_Grace07 is making viral videos about this, I'm kind of like, I don't, I mean, first of all, I don't care because I'm never getting this thing. Like, never. The day they mandate the vaccine, like on a government level, is the day that I'm going to protest. You're going to see Bellagio. Okay, I'll link up with Handsome Truth and I'll be protesting in the streets. Because it'll be like Lord of the Rings. We have to all link up at the end of the day and say, no, we're not doing it. Throw us all in jail. The entire country. The people not doing it.
All right. So what going on now, yeah?
There won't be enough room.
This is the hand we get the vaccination.
I mean, come on, guys. You know, but the vaccination. But wagwan, the vaccination. Like, I'm not making fun. I mean, come on. Really, this is our beacon of hope and truth here.
Vaccination and see it? The magnet that. What you going on now? So the hand get the vaccination.
Listen, I believe it is real. I just don't care because I'm not getting it. It's heavy metals. There's heavy metals in every vaccine, even the tetanus shot. Heavy metals. I can only imagine this non-clinically trialed, not FDA approved, not any medically approved at all. I can only imagine that this is...
Watch again. You must see that.
Put it back again.
Vaccination on.
See it?
See?
The
The line not tell.
man walk with it.
The line not
Man walk away.
tell.
See that?
Magnet. See? It's a magnet. Oh my God.
Yes, the heavy metals.
Damn Bill Gates.
Damn you, Bill Gates. Did you hear that guy in the background? No, damn you for taking it. Damn you for not protesting. Damn you for not organizing locally. All it took was 20 parents to get together, go to a school board meeting, shut down the entire school board meeting, take over the whole school board, re-elect themselves as the head of the school, reopen the schools, take off the mask mandates, and that's all it took. Is a local level people getting together and saying no. No, your committee doesn't exist anymore. We unvote you.
Oh my fucking god.
Listen, this video should be called "I'm Not Surprised You Got the Vaccine."
Nothing sticky in the back.
Yeah. I'm not surprised you got it. Not surprised you got it.
What is in the Pfizer shot?
Not surprised.
But after I put the magnet on it, it feels fucking
And look, it sticks.
Not surprised, right? This entire video, I'm not surprised. You're the people that got it. You're the guinea pigs. Have fun. Have fun. Non-clinically trialed, non-tested. Did you ask to see the vaccine insert? That's blank. Did you add? It's incredible. There's cancer people waiting for the cure for cancer that's been on clinical trial for 20 years now, rotating clinical trials, you know. Oh, yeah, I mean, it cures cancer, but we don't know. We don't know if we want to release it. It could be dangerous. And then they just release this vaccine all willy-nilly. Come on, guys. Come on. I know I'm preaching to the choir. You guys are smarter than this. Don't get it. If you're young, like Joe Rogan said, your idol, don't get it. You know, I'm talking to the normies out there. Your idol, Joey Rogan says, if you're young and healthy, take your vitamins that, you know, the government wants to outlaw. Don't do it. We're going to read that after. This Gigas poster, in before source poster, he's saying Bob Dylan has died. Here, you heard it here first, the CHN. Bob Dylan died a week shy of his 80th birthday. Natural causes probably to be announced tomorrow. Outside chance later today, in before source. Someone else says it's jab related. Oof. Oof, who knows, right? Who knows? Who knows? But it could be true. Clown World but Brazil. The left is an evil cult that destroys everything. Sad. Rio de Janeiro landmark Christ the Redeemer was lit up with a message promoting vaccines. Oof, this is like... At least they projected it with like lights and they didn't like graffiti it. Vaccine saves, guys. This is blasphemy. If Luke Potberry, my resident Templar, like Crusader Christian, was in the chat, he would agree. This is utter blasphemy. First of all, you know, it could be debatable that this is an idol in this city. But that being said, to really muck this up with the vaccine thing, bad, very bad. I'm afraid to click on any of these because Brazil, truly, there's some wacky stuff that goes on down there. It takes the vaccine or it wears the mask. Those are your two choices. Face covering guidance for associates effective May 15th, 2021. Someone leaked this. According to the U.S. Centers of Disease Control, someone is considerably jabbed 2 weeks after receiving their second dose in a 2-dose or a single dose of the Johnson & Johnson. Want to stop wearing a face covering? Get vaccinated. Once you're fully vaccinated, talk to your manager. Then maybe you could take your muzzle off. Maybe you'll deserve it. Some people are just terrified. But that's fine. You can wear the mask. But the rest of us have to get back to reality, back to life, right? Like that song. Back to life, back to reality. Reddit is a problem, this Anon is saying. We can't even look at it. All you gotta do is look at the rules, the site-wide rules they enforce in the pick. He's saying Reddit is the 6th most popular site in the world. also filled to the brim with impressionable teenagers who are having their minds warped by this literal propaganda. Not even going to get into the grooming stuff that goes on over there. The trans grooming specifically. Reddit has an enormous reach and their Jannies are making sure to toe the line when it comes to free thinkers. I know you don't have to use it, but it's becoming too big to ignore. Yeah, when it's the 6th largest site in the world, that's what I love about these people that are like, you don't have to. I don't use Reddit myself. I try to promote my videos on it. They just get taken down by bots, taken down by Jannies, like complete disrespect. Reddit is truly a horrible site, but it's the 6th biggest website in the world. 6th biggest website. Let's see what you guys are saying. Black Eagle, you are 52 minutes late. That's okay. We are going to, let me see if it works still. Browser may prevent ringing calls. Son of a... That's why we don't get the ring sometime. Fuck you. Hold on. Fuck you, Google. Okay. Let's see if we can fix this. We're going to take a few calls, guys. Just a couple, not too many. Let's see what's on your guys' mind. Then we're going to watch some funny videos. Pull the window down. It's bigger. Okay. Call in. We're doing calls now. Anyone can call in. I'll keep an eye on the phone to make sure it rings. Let's take some calls. Is anyone listening to Sky King? And who knows, maybe I don't know if that Truth, Power, Love guy is on this channel. He's sub to the other channel. Perfect. See if anyone calls in. And then we're going to watch some funny videos. Couple videos for the main channel. And a lot of this stuff will be edited into the main channel. And then we're going to play some heavily modded Minecraft. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Bellagio. It's Black Eagle.
Black Eagle, how are you?
Oh, not much, man. I'm doing pretty good. Blessed Sunday. I hope you've been having a great Sunday yourself, man. No,
yes.
I've been crazy busy, monitoring happenings, as you know, and been compiling research for you guys. And there was a thread that I mentioned to you, if I ever had the chance to call in on the show again, and I was, I'll be brief right now. But as for what I was coming across, there was a thread about 2-3 weeks ago about a Russian gold standard and a Chinese gold standard, like an Eastern gold standard and a Western silver standard. And
I would love it. You have the floor. I want you to tell us all about it. Take your time. I want to hear about this. Because I don't think I've heard of it.
We were discussing it in the biz chat and the literature chat and the Discord. And I before I get into that, I just want to mention to everybody listening, so we are going to have a new Discord opening up. And basically this one is going to be, we're going to do a server boost. We're going to boost the server. We're going to get, a lot of like public attention for it. It's how just like how like YouTube algorithms work and Facebook algorithms work, that whole bot fiasco. But with Discord, you're like, it is promoting it for some real users, but it'll be a public venue for CHN. And then we can, like as for the current server, would be like a filtering, and, and it would just be so at least your news is getting out in another domain. Because I took what you said to heart the other day about the truth community does need a centrist leaning perspective on that idea of convincing and convincing people who don't see it, that don't ask themselves the critical questions.
Yeah, there are still a lot of people that don't, right?
Yeah, and so there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, and I figured, okay, well, maybe, creating another server, like I mentioned to you earlier today, creating another server, I'd be a little more open to the public, and then I think if you do like if you pay for it, essentially, is what I'm trying to say, which I'm willing to do. I don't, it's not that expensive at all. It's actually kind of fun, and I might learn from it, because I think they give you like bots and stuff like that, and they also give you HD video streaming and everything else. But we are coming up to the 1-year anniversary of our current server, which that'll be at the very end of June. And I was going to ask you, I don't mean to ask you live on air, but yeah, it's something to think about. If you wanted to have like host a show with, it would be a roundtable show, and of course you would you would control the discussion, of course, but maybe just have some of the based researchers that we have in our Discord, hop in for a roundtable.
I would love that. We should do a D-Live like only, because then we don't have to worry too much about the censorship.
Well, the other thing I was mentioning, because I was mentioning this to Stevie the other day, because we were in the roundtable, and I thought it would be really fun. I mentioned to him before, because I talked to you before about having, like it would be cool to have like a guest host. If you ever got tired and were like spicing up content, Stevie would be a great guest, or a memory hold, or Titus. But yeah, just to spice things up, throw it around, kind of like Jay Leno hosting the Tonight Show when Johnny Carson was around. Johnny's still fine, Jay's just gonna host tonight, or David Letterman, but that was just an idea. But then I thought about, oh well, the Discord is coming up to its 1-year anniversary. Maybe Bellagio would be interested in just having a little roundtable, but maybe doing it pre-recorded so we can edit it out. And I don't know, maybe it might even be funnier with the all the bleeping of anybody's language.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also,
but
we got to check out some other like super censorship free platforms,
Yeah, and Xander, I guess, he's that dude that made, or he was with the kill stream and stuff like that, or no, not in the kill stream. I don't know. He made that Odyssey platform. I've seen a lot of people, refer like.
What do you think of Goyim TV? Is like, I think it's hard to get on there, because
I think Goyim TV's cool. I think I didn't explore the platform, like how they would something tells me it's kind of like band.video, where it's like, hey, apply for a show, a way to be a featured channel.
Do you think Handsome runs it, or?
I think so, maybe. I think Handsome runs it. I mean, he seems like
I think he'd
young enough, energetic enough guy to do it.
I don't know if he's just on the website or if he's part of the admin. Like.
Do you think Fedru England and Fed Weave are helping out on that?
I don't know.
No,
I don't think they're on there.
No,
are they?
No, I didn't see them on there. I mean, but I'm just saying, like, where you get
Stevie
you know,
Champagne would
you
do
get
good on
something
that
going
website.
good, huh?
Stevie would do good on that website.
Oh, he would do really good. Oh,
Yeah, he
his
would.
SoundCloud shit.
It would be
Oh God.
everything. Yeah, they honestly they need someone like that on there.
Oh God, his SoundCloud stuff is hilarious. If he just put it over there on GTV, oh man, that's awesome. We got to be careful. It's almost like G4 TV. Remember the Cozy
Yeah.
Vision? No, but okay, yeah. Not to get sidelined with all of that, but this Eastern Western, gold silver standard thing, and it's in relation to that Chinese gold that I showed you before. The encrypted, like it has a cryptogram, like casted into the gold bars themselves, and there's tons of these gold bars, and they all have a zero, and with a strike through, canceling out, any debt. That's a known symbol, a cancellation of,
Yeah.
like, hey, void that payment, you know. And I think that's from the Japanese war chest from World War II. But the thing is, like, this conspiracy, quote unquote, goes, I think, before World War. It's like at the creation of the Federal Reserve, because it all goes back to it's like the road to Ruta theory. And the reason why they created the Federal Reserve was because they found so much gold out in Chocolate Mountain, out in the Grand Canyon, like where the Little Colorado River and the Chocolate River like meet, and like they fork or something like that, and they call it, like, I don't know, Chocolate Mountain. They call it Chocolate Mountain. That's what it's called. And they're supposedly like, see, this is where you got to be careful, because just like yellow journalism got us into the Spanish-American War, I think you could say, well, this could be yellow journalism starting the creation of the Federal Reserve and creating panic back then, because the Chicago Tribune was reporting that they were finding yards and yards of ounces of gold. Every yard they were digging up, they were finding X amount of ounces of gold, and what that was triggering in a lot of people, in the back of a lot of people's minds, back then, a lot of the wealthier investors were like, well, this could ruin the price of gold by ruining the supply. If there's so much gold out there, then us, maybe the European elite, us American elite, the world's elite, we're not very elite if everybody's got gold, if there's so much gold out there.
Yeah,
And so so they were essentially, now that's one way to look at this story. That's in the yellow journalist perspective. The other aspect is, well, all those stories about, Egyptian, findings out in the Grand Canyon, like from the late 1800s, like 1880s, where they're finding like artifacts and gold out in the Grand Canyon area, where like the Hopi
Egyptian or
Indian
like
lived.
or India, like kind of like Egyptian-esque.
Egyptian-esque. I think it was Egyptian-esque, but there were some claims that were as bold as Egyptian. There was claims out there that was as bold as Egyptian.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it to the listener to investigate, because that's what we do here at CHN. It's called decentralized information. We leave it to you to figure it out, and then you report back to us what you find.
Love it.
Well, like, basically, they found all this gold, and Woodrow Wilson was scared, so they were like, okay, well, Rockefeller and Rothschild got this plan, but it's completely unconstitutional, and we got to do it, and we're going to do it on December 24th in 1917. We're just going to create the IRS out of nowhere. And so they did, and then, like, the Federal Reserve happened in 1913, and the IRS happened in 1917. But yeah, that's what was going on, and but now we have this. Mexico has the largest silver mines in the world right now, and they've always have. If we ran off of silver, like William Jennings Bryan, who ran for president 4 times back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, if we had silver, money. It's not about what backs the money, though, but back then it did, in some people's minds. If money was just sort of based around silver as a means of exchange, Mexico would literally be the richest place on the planet. Mexico, of all fucking places. I mean, I love Mexico. I've never been to Mexico, but I'm sure I would love it. But you know what I mean. Like it's just kind of crazy. We're kind of in clown world, and silver is at its all-time low. But with the thread on Poll was saying was about the Eastern gold standard. Russia back in 2017 was talking about creating a gold-backed ruble. In 2018, I believe China was talking about doing the exact same. It might be wrong on that. It might be 2017. They were the same year. They were both talking about doing the same. But they're talking about creating gold-backed currency, and they the thing about the Japanese war
And
chest.
tying it to digital too, or physical?
Yes, yeah, tying it to a digital blockchain, because this goes back to what the U.S. military. This is all in the thread. This is in the thread. So the gold itself, the commodities themselves would be tied back into a blockchain based on, like, hey, this bar is going to have this QR code, or this bar is going to have this tracking number, and this tracking number is related to this QR code. And so basically that all of that gold can finally be verified, because one of the big things back with like the gold in Fort Knox, everybody was like, it's got an orange hue to it. Are those tungsten rods in the middle? Did you fill them with tungsten cores? And that was they probably fucking did, Bellagio. But that's
well, not if all this gold exists, though, right? Wouldn't you say
that's the thing? That I don't know. If all the gold truly does exist, and because in that area of Chocolate Mountain over by the Grand Canyon, you can't go there. So there's something there. If they're going to shoot you on sight.
And Fort Knox is still guarded, so.
And Fort Knox is still guarded. I had a cousin that was a security guard there after he got back from the war. He wasn't. He didn't see nothing. But yeah, that's just as for I really think they do have the gold, because the whole thing with the Chinese gold bars, if you ever see these things, I don't know if you're able to bring them up on screen, but they have like a cryptogram that's like inscribed into them, and it's very, very hard to figure out. And I think what I figured out was basically it's if the gold is returned and the Federal Reserve is going to be dismantled, at least China and Russia can at least acknowledge American military might, and the whole Roman Empire-esque dominance of everything, the MIC, the military industrial complex, because it's laughable to think that you're going to get rid of the American. There's 11 aircraft strike groups, and then in Space Force, you can't. You're not beating it. Rome is one. Rome is here. Rome is eternal. You can't beat her. Like Terry Davis said, have the respect of Rome.
I think I have the gold bar up on the screen, I think.
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah, I have I can't tell because I got the phone in my ear. But so a lot of these gold bars have that strike through going through that zero, and we know that that's on the cover of the Economist magazine from 1989. And who owns the Economist magazine? The Rothschilds. And people have been, many people have probably been consulting with these elite people for years and decades, in fact, saying it's unsustainable. Your system's unsustainable. It's not gonna be able to last. We got to find a way to stop the manipulation in the derivatives markets, because you're just piling everything there, and as soon as that falls out, we can't afford another 2008. So you have to create like deflationary assets had to come in existence, and that's i.e. cryptocurrency. But so with the cancellation of these debts, with the agreement of this Chinese gold getting back into going from America into China's hands, that's basically America, like giving back what they took from Japan at the end of the war, because Japan took that gold from China after they invaded the whole East, and they had the largest gold cache in the history of the world. You know, and then America defeated Japan because all the world's gold was stolen from somebody at some point in time.
Yeah.
You know, the King of England's got some gold from the King of France. Well, then again, they're fucking cousins. You know, you know, you get the Plantagenets over there. You know,
Yeah.
but
Love it.
but
This
you
is
know, I
interesting.
really
I definitely got the right piece of gold up, and this is from the 19.
Okay.
Oh, this is old, right?
This is old. This is from possibly right after the war, but I think some of it's even before the war, because you know how these occult people are. They plan this shit way in advance. I think that shit was melted back in the 1930s. I think that shit was melted back when the creation of the Social Security system was created. And this is another thing. Everybody shits on FDR, you know, and I shit on FDR. You know, my grandma liked FDR because she was born when he was president. But this is where I think, you know, like, is a little genius, though. It's devilish on its surface, but it's a little genius. You know, FDR taking away people's gold-backed money, you know, that's wrong. Creating the Social Security system, that's wrong, or so we thought. When the Federal Reserve System was actually created, everything was created in one giant trust. Now divided across 12 different banks.
Yeah.
But everything was in one giant trust. And FDR realized that, you know, all of America's money can't just be in one trust, you know, and that would be the central bank. It would have to be divided up in order for it to be protected. And so that's why they created the Social Security system. And that's why, you know, your birth certificate is actually a banknote. You know, it's a banknote that, you know, on your original birth. Everybody who's a viewer of this show already knows this shit. I mean,
Yeah, we've all heard it before. You know, we might have been memory hold on it though. You know.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to be memory hold. Yeah, I'll explain really quick. So in the bottom left-hand corner of your birth certificate, it should say U.S. banknote, and that's for your very original birth certificate. And that banknote, when that was created, was essentially minting your Social Security number. And your Social Security number is known as Treasury Direct Account, and it's located at one of the 12 Federal Reserve banks around the entire country. And you can find which one of those banks are based on $1 bill, and you find A through L. You got A, that's like Boston. You got L, that's like San Francisco or something like that, or Sacramento. I don't know. It goes east to west alphabetically, and then on the back of your Social Security card, you see your Social Security card is your member number, just like how you would have a member number to an account at your local bank. Your Social Security card and that number is actually your member number to that account at the Federal Reserve Bank. And to find out where your account is located at one of those 12 banks, you just flip your card over and you look at the letter. There's going to be a red letter in the bottom right-hand corner, and then you're going to have 9 digits following that, and that's your routing number, your ACH transaction routing number. You know, kind of like how you do direct deposit for yourself when you get a new job at work.
It's incredible,
so,
honestly.
Well, it's just how it all works.
Yeah.
And that's why you need a W-2. That's why you need a Social Security number every time you get a job or a W-2, and you need to fill out your W-2. Have you ever wondered how your taxes come out of your paycheck before you even get your paycheck? How does that even happen? What's the system that's controlling that from beyond? And that's how it works.
It's the average person, you know, has no concept of these finer details, you know.
Well, it took years of studying, bellagio, but you know, I'm only 29, and so, but that's the thing. It took years of studying. But I'll let you go.
I love it.
There is
great
there's
information.
Much more. There's much more I can go into detail with these Chinese gold bars. I love the story. If you're interested yourself, please go to the road to root. That's root A, like root A, the algorithm, like a Merkle, like a very first Merkle tree, a root that's called root A. When a Merkle tree in programming is saying, okay, I got this one command, and from this one command, I can make 4 other commands. I can pyramid off from it, you know, and that's called a Merkle tree. And root A was what they called the first Merkle tree, and that is basically yeah, that's the road to root A. and you can .com, and you can find out more information there. And you can just look up these Chinese gold bars, these esoteric Chinese gold bars.
Definitely link that in the Discord. I'm gonna take a look at it after the show myself. Maybe I'll do a video on it.
Yeah, I've linked it before, but I loved your inflation video, and yeah, it was great. I look forward to. There's so much more that I want to discuss, but I'm gonna keep it short. So, you guys have a good night, and
Always
and
a
guys,
great
take it
call.
upon yourself to research that.
Thank you, brother, for everything. That was a great call.
All right, I'll see you later, Bellagio.
Peace, brother. Awesome. Let's see if anyone else calls in. We'll do 2 more calls and then some video. The gold bars. I'm gonna look into this. I know vaguely about it, but might be worth studying. Hearing a different angle tonight on it. All the gold and Chocolate Mountain and stuff. We have got to. We must investigate. I think all the gold does exist. The accounts are real, trillions of dollars. Because where did it all go? I mean, if biblically speaking, Israel had so much silver and gold, they lined the streets, right? Let's see if anyone else calls in. Let's see. That's good information. Then we're going to watch interesting stuff. Probably 3 YouTube videos. Okay. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Bellagio Sampler?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm maxing, relaxing, and chilling, all cool. I was shooting some b-ball outside of school, but a couple of guys, they wasn't no good. They started making trouble in my neighborhood. Yeah, it was horrible, Bellagio. What you been up to, homeboy?
Just relaxing also.
It's
nice
Ricky
Sunday
Rounded.
night.
Sunday night, yes, it is a Sunday night. Praise Jesus.
Amen. How's your
man.
Sunday?
My Sunday has been splendiferous. I had a good day. I've been keeping busy and doing a lot of work.
Very good. Tell me what's on your mind, your radar lately.
On my radar?
Yeah.
Jesus, 100%.
Nice. I like to hear that.
I'm just saying, Terry, he preached the Gospels, and I'm preaching the Gospels. Everybody at CHN is preaching the Gospels about Jesus Christ, because at this point in time, there's only one sure thing we have, and that's Jesus. He's the rock. You can't trust the rock, then who can you trust?
Amen.
I like the rock. You like the rock?
I used to love The Rock, yeah, until he got all political.
Oh yeah, well.
But have you seen the movie The Rock?
No, I haven't.
With Nicolas Cage?
No, hold up. Nicolas Cage, he was in a movie?
Yeah, it's a good one. The Rock, you gotta watch it.
Oh, man, I saw him in Ghost Rider. It's tight.
This was better.
The special effects were off the hook. Well, what's been on my radio? I don't know. I mean, my radar. Jesus, been getting relief from this CBD, Delta 8 stuff, but they're deciding to cancel that now. They're trying to lock it down. It's like there's a big herb market now, kind of like big pharma, and I'm worried. Even the stuff that I'm taking right now, to make me feel good. Like, I know that Monsanto controlled the seeds at one point and has the genetic stuff in it and put estrogen in it to give me man boobs, and change my, give me all soyed out. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, could they be doing this, to this other stuff too? How does it work? Genetics, it's a science, CRISPR is a thing, clones and stuff.
Yeah, I just say, grow your own,
Oh, well, that's what's happening in Virginia now. They're passing it, but I'm wondering, where do I get my seeds, or will I have to get clone passes? I don't know. I'm not a very smart guy, Bellagio, but I would love to grow my 4 little plants and just go outside and read the Bible and, You ever read the Ethiopian Coptic Church Bible?
I haven't, but I heard that they're pretty based. Are they?
Oh yeah, I believe so. I think that's where the Rasta stuff came
The
from.
merchants hate them.
Well, the merchants hate everybody. That's one thing they got in common. I mean, like we don't like them, and they don't like us.
They
But
really
for
hate
some
the
reason,
Ethiopian church, though. I don't know why.
I mean, oh man, they could be like the Israelites, was
The
it black
13th tribe?
Hebrew? Yeah, the guys out there going, that's right, we're the real Israelites. Those guys, I like those guys. Those guys are funny. But yeah, they also dress up in some really cool like kung fu get-ups. I don't know if you've seen them, but they got this whole
good.
Yeah, dude, it's like a Godfrey Ho ninja movie.
I love it.
Anyway, dude, I'm just busting your chops, calling to let you know that I'm still alive and kicking.
I love that. Well, dude, stick around at the end of the show. After funny videos, after food videos, I might do a little gaming on some advanced Christian Minecraft servers.
Oh, snap. I hope so. Shout out to all the Christian Minecraft servers up in here. Woo! You know who you are.
Yes.
Anyway, Ninja, I'm about to get up out of here and enjoy the show. Let you have somebody else call in.
Okay, brother. Well, thank you for calling.
All right. God bless you, and God bless CHN and the rest of the base ninjas in chat.
Okay,
Jesus
peace.
loves you.
Love it. God bless. Always a great call. We'll do one more call. Like I said, we're going to do a full call-in show later in the week from start to finish. No news, just calls until the calls wear out. Then we'll get into some news and stuff. So we'll do one more now, and then we got to do some videos. You want to see a video preview while we wait for the next caller? Let's see. We're going to watch Spooky WebMs on WorkSafe GIFs. Very spooky stuff, guys. Ghosts on camera, crazy stuff. We're going to watch maybe a couple revealing quotes. We'll see how far we can get without getting copyright. We had the spooky. Give me your best Sneed posts. We're going to watch this. Funny. Maybe some Trump stuff. I miss him, bros, so much. This is Anon saying. I miss the how much salt he created. And then we're going to watch something called it's called YWTFYL. I think it is you. What the F? You WTF, you lose. Let me just give you a preview of this. Don't WTF quite yet. Yes, I have no idea. I have no idea what's happening. But there is sound. Well, I could watch this. It's like mouse. It's like Mousetrap. What is wrong? Uh-oh, we're missing calls because Google won't tell us. I hope we didn't miss it. We did not miss a call. This is weird though. We already lost. We lost already for the first one. Well, what the F? Then we're gonna look. We have this guy maybe. An English manner for a bowl of stew. Possible. Appetizers you should never order. It might be gross. Who knows? Some weird Japanese stuff again. Weird Japanese 23-layered cake stuff. My Charles Carroll, bringing him back to the light side rant. We're going to make a video out of it.
Not in the
this
soul.
guy is like full masonry. Full Baphomet worship, literally. We're gonna watch this. What happened to America's electronic stores? Great video. We're gonna watch this. Buying every cryptocurrency. What happened after 1 week? Spiff versus Elon. Binance is perfectly balanced. The spiffing Brit, he loves to exploit stuff. And I think that's, we're going to watch some of those, not all of them. Earth's deadliest computer virus, my.doom. We're going to see what we get to. We're going to start with spooky when we get there. One more call. Let's see who calls. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. How about the movie? Oh, the Cicada Dark Web movie. Oh yeah, the Hollow Earth pills from King Kong. I thought I talked about that. I think on one show. Okay, if no one's in a call, we'll give it 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. Then we're going to do the spooky web app.
Which is that way.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this a long time ago. Maybe the Zoomers haven't. We have to watch this.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think
he's exploring this like cavern cave, and he hears something down there. Hears someone. Screams. Scary stuff. Guys, have you ever heard those stories of like basically the meme would be underground torture chambers, right? Not man-made, at least we know of. Okay, we have 10 more seconds. Like I said, we're gonna do a big call in show later in the week. That's good. We have a lot of videos to watch, and I want to play some Minecraft. So phones off. Phones are off. Let's watch this.
the tunnel dead ends right down there. That's it. So right here there's one of those insulators.
Oh, it's too loud.
For the wiring, knob and tube wiring. So let's head back out. Sometimes we can see stuff on the way out that we missed coming in.
I want it to be as loud as possible so you can hear.
Facing the wrong direction. But yeah, this is crazy. These timbers up there. That's really dangerous. So we'll get through here as fast as we can and get out of here before this all comes down. Here's that ore chute again.
That just said the odds are 1 in a zillion that these would collapse, but someday they will.
Get past this chute.
Now the resolution's not the best. It is a WebM, but it adds to the allure.
Wow. Crazy.
An old mining shaft. My one buddy went to a California mining town, abandoned, and went inside a mining shaft. He captured some orbs on camera. And he showed them to Sony Pictures cinematographers and special effects artists, and they could not explain these orbs with any type of technology, how he could have put them in the photo, or even with Photoshop and all that.
And then
the orbs were curving around corners. Like in one of the photos, there was like it was crazy.
You can see how big these timbers are. That's about almost a foot in diameter, the big cross timbers. So they had to put big ones in here to hold up all of this rock. And you can see right here where some of these boards are bending. Do you hear that?
Very strange sounds seem to be emanating from the area we just passed through.
Sounds like what is that, wind? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that? Stop.
It sounds like spirit speaking from Ultima Online. Check out my Ultima Online streams on the main channel. It was like, listen, ready?
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but
holy crap, dude, that's scary. Did you guys hear it? I kind of want to make it louder, but he's when he talks, it'll be too loud. It started up again right when he stopped. It's like it sounds like spirit talk from Ultima.
Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal. That was weird. I don't hear it. Wow, that was strange.
Weird, huh? That's only the first video.
All right, so
I'm ready at the edge of my seat. What's the next one? What do people say about this one? I'm glad that one wasn't ruined by a jump scare or something. It's spooky just the way it is. Yeah, it's true. 3 minutes of my life wasted, someone said. The vid was actually debunked. The voices you hear are part of a Spooky Sounds Halloween soundtrack. This was confirmed to be fake, by the way, someone said. It has been debunked, guys. I doubt it. I doubt it, guys. Finland, let's see this one. It's gonna be like, God, hold on. I've heard weird stuff like this. Almost like invisible jets, but this is like Earth sounds. Hold on. This is like Final Fantasy VII, when the Earth was crying.
Mistä vitusta toi tulee?
Ominous, guys. I'm gonna have to break out the Cuban cigar. Weird. That's a weird one. 2012, guys. Underworld WebM. There's no sound to this, guys. No sound. This is like rats or something. I look like eyes there, but let's see. Hold on. We're putting the camera in. What are we gonna find here? Too bad there's no sound. This critter, like raccoons, or I mean, they're out in the woods. The tunnel out here, out in the wood. I don't know where they are, but that's the oddest part, huh? A little shaft. Very odd. It's like an old sewer drain, or who knows. I'm not too spooked yet. Oh, they're going deeper. What? Oh no, they're coming back out. We're in the upside down. It's just like a drainage ditch. Big deal. That didn't spook me out at all. Kind of dumb. What did they say? He was looking up her dress. And we just wasted a minute of our life. I don't want to spoil this. Watch this one. Any sound? Uh-oh. About this. Give me a break. That's like some weird Japanese 10-cent ad campaign. Joe Biden, someone said. Epstein gathering more children for Trump. Two sides of the coin, right? The propaganda war. Shadow thing attack. Here we go. Ghost attack caught on security camera. These are always fun. I like this guy's walk couldn't be more central casting. Like with a assistant director on the corner saying, just walk down this hallway casually. Just stroll down this hallway casually. See again, a black shadow figure, right? This could be just a CIA agent in an invisible suit, you know, in a cloaking suit. We must see what the consensus is. Thank you for watching. Do they really? Hold on, wait. They say thank you for watching at the end. Thank you for watching. And then at the never relagger around shadow. Never relagger around shadow, you know what. Pretty clever. UFO GIF. UFO hunters. Yeah, the orbs. Weird stuff, WebM, with a lot of people responding. I think I've seen this one. What do you guys think it is? Is this the accountants? Fields like this at night are pretty creepy, right? Oh, yeah. This has got to be some type of viral prank or something, right? Yeah. Or a joke. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a bunch of Shabos goys. Okay. Wasn't this for an album, someone said? The Ministry of Silly Walks lost their way to the embassy. Water flowing underground. Google. It's Radiohead short video directed. The Radiohead thing. Thoughts?
Ooh, it's the ghost of George Floyd.
No, this is terrifying. This is terrifying. No. Please don't haunt us, please. Okay, oh, here's it's about to get. Username 666. Now it's about to get scary. Wow, look at old YouTube. I'll watch this video just to see what YouTube used to look like when it was functional and the algorithm actually worked, right? This is gonna be funny. Is this gonna be cringeworthy? I could. So this is supposedly old www.youtube.com/666. And he keeps refreshing it. I almost want to fast forward. Oh, here we go. 666 X with X. We gotta take a Cuban for this one, guys. The long video. It turns into ogre.com. Imagine if this was true, though. Like if this wasn't, I don't know. Was old YouTube like this? Is this Frazzle? Frazzle drip? And then it's just a picture of Susan's greasy twat at the end to make you vomit. Let's see what they say. Is this real? Oh, old but gold. I can remember a video of Nana where he or she is in a forest somewhere in Japan, walks in an abandoned house, explores it, creepy as F, and then finds a red doll. It's a good work. Making me weirdly nostalgic for a YouTube where something spoopy could convincingly happen. Remember when YouTube was like that? I remember seeing that more than a decade ago. Now I feel old. Thanks. What was the main of this creepypasta? It's been so long, I've actually forgotten. Classic. Does anyone have the Mickey Mouse creepypasta thing where Mickey is walking a long road? In the original, nothing happens. It's just eerie. But then there's one version where he starts to deteriorate before your eyes. Dun, dun, dun. One more, then I got my Cuban ready. What is this? I'm scared already. Nostalgia.
Or a loved one.
But yeah, Black Eagle, you're right. I wonder if that's how you find like another code way to get into coded websites, coded secrets, the frazzle drip stuff, right? It's like you keep refreshing YouTube.
Are suffering from any of the following symptoms: lack of feeling, emotional outbursts, fog of the mind, or memory loss. This may be a sign of onset AED or advanced emotional deterioration. Today, 7 in 10 people over the age of 21 report experiencing emotional degradation severe enough to hinder everyday tasks, such as workplace performance, social interaction, and general well-being. Emotional stability is required for a functional and healthy mind. Correcting AED used to require rigorous testing and invasive procedures, costing time, effort, and money. Today, the solution is Thalassin. Using our modern understanding of brain mapping, Thalassin is able to reproduce the emotions necessary for any occasion. Not only does Thalassin restore lost emotion, but patients have reported emotions at a higher and more consistent quality than ones produced non-chemically. Included in every pack of Thalassin are these common emotions: happiness, sadness, anger, fear, and relief. Also, look out for over-the-counter options
This
such
is a
as jealousy,
strange video.
hope, frustration, and pride. Tired of only experiencing natural emotions? Or maybe interested in expanding your emotional palette? Cutting-edge brain mapping technology has not only allowed us to refine existing emotions, but has also allowed for the creation of new emotions and emotional experiences. With Thalassin Plus, experience emotions beyond previous natural capabilities. These new emotions include degrance, humber, mage, dorselessness, Andric, Veronate, Harnish, Harfleet,
Wow.
Trantiveness, Teluge, Brick.
This is definitely a CIA video.
To experience the power of Thalassin, call the number on your screen now before supplies run out.
Holy crap. The CIA made this one. You damn mother. They got me. No, I'm kidding. I guess kind is a Reddit emotion. This was a lovely one. I didn't think I'd be so creeped out by VHSy aesthetics. This one was cool. This is some local 58 shit. This style always used to screw with me as a kid. If you guys want to see some of these, you don't watch them. Don't go beyond. Don't spoil it. But this is where we're getting them from. That's a creepy one, huh? I want to save that one. Kind, yeah, that was cool. The feeling when Lorik. Which one was Lorik? Dorselessness was weird. Weird words, man. Are they the names of demons, I wonder, you know? Some of them sound like real words. Oh, there it is. Lorik.
Deluge. Brick.
Lorik. It's like for that Anon to notice that. And then he posted this. Look. The feeling when Lorik with the semicolon and the up and down slash. Perfect. Good eye, Anon. Good eye. Guys, are you scared right now? I'm pretty scared. We need to hold each other. We need to hold each other a little bit. This is Los Angeles. I could tell I used to live here. It looks like it to me. Oh, fuck you. You son of a bitch. What do people say? Jump scare spider monster. Ha ha. Kill you. Oh, good luck. Yeah. Shit you. All that build up squandered. Sus. Yeah, very sus. Hey, you got me. Actually stupid. The responses are just as good as the thing. You son of a... Jump scares are cheap. They're cheap, you know? That's real. The cop's like, I am out of here. I'm going to get my AR. Was that supposed to scare me? He just loses his nerve. Wasn't there one like this with 2 police officers? Biologist here, this is a feline doing a mating sound. Probably a mountain lion. No way. Damn. And he posted a video. He's probably right. I stabbed my sister getting jump scared. It's funny. What is this now? This is from a movie. They love to make their Cats 2019, the movie Cats. Is this real? Woodbury. Some real bad comments. Here we go. This is stupid. Yeah. You're ridiculously dumb. Reddit. My Rolfcopter goes ... Yeah, honestly. I don't even need to watch that. Yeah, here's the two. It's like the same scream though. It's like edited in or something. Both of them are fat. Did someone edit the scream in? Literally, it's the same scream in both, right? Yeah. That's what I said. Some say this is a mountain lion. It's just what is it? The same thing. Yeah, it is a mountain lion. At the end, you can hear it for sure. Yeah, then that's pretty scary though, huh? Hunter, but never heard a dying deer before. Okay. He says it's a dying deer. Yeah, animals are crazy. They're wild, guys. Wild. Cringe. Basically a cringe warning loud as F. I don't want to click it. We're not even going to click this one. Not even going to click it. Elevator out of control. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's like speeding up. Jeez. Oh, wait a minute. Everything, no one was harmed in the making of this video? No, that is horrible. It's a horrible night. This guy has nightmares of this exact situation. Elevators going horribly wrong. Oh my God. Oh yeah, remember this UFOs on the moon? People, this was memory hold. They're like landing on the moon. I mean, that's obviously something, right? Unless it's photoshopped in, but I remember this. This was memory hold heavily. Heavily. Tunnel zombies. I don't know if we're gonna... Clown midget.
We really didn't realize what we were dealing with. We still don't know what we're dealing with, but it was something very unusual. Strange things happen, and most of the stuff happened in the evening time, just at dusk, nighttime, like now. The first time I ever heard anything was later in '71. I came back up with the guys, and we was here by the stove. There was a stove here then. And as soon as it starts getting dark, we'd go in. Sometimes you might hear a grunt or a whoop or a big blowing sound or something like that, and that's when you know you want to get inside the shelter because you still don't know what you're dealing with. Whatever it is big, very, very big. We all go inside, close the shelter door, and that's a log that we put between these trees, and then we'd strap it inside a cable. And then they would start making their sounds. And that was in '71 when I first started hearing them, and we started recording them.
Now, is this supposed to be Bigfoot?
two of them across the creek at the big rocks.
Wow, there's some weird sound. What the hell?
That's our job.
We were all talking about maybe having to shoot our way out. You're just sitting there, all of you are kind of petrified. You're just waiting for the walls to
Shoot
break
our
open
way
and
out.
something reach in there and grab you and hold you up, and waiting for the light to break in the cracks of the walls, and never happened. That's the strange part, because you hear it over there, but you don't see it over there. As time went on, 72, same thing. You know, whatever it was, we thought might be trying to scare us out. Maybe this is their territory, but we don't know. We can only guess at why they were doing what they were doing, and that they were observing us. That's for sure.
Weird. Weird.
We really didn't.
I don't know what that. Let's see what the Ron Moorhead Sierra Sounds. Wow, I want to watch more of that. Dog-headed men. Christianity as a way of covering real history. So this guy is definitely a pagan LARPist. Never been to the hood, huh? They sound Japanese. Edited nonsense. I gotta lower on your guys, because I had to make it louder for that. If anything, that's funny. I don't know if they live on a farm or what. This one has a lot of oh no, it's probably a jump scare. Nearly jumped off my chair. Okay, guys, just prepare for a jump scare, okay? Just prepare. We know it's coming. We know it's gonna any second now. At the very end, right? Last time we're looking to, yeah, exactly. It's a Pokemon, right? Almost crashed my plane, bro. Come on. How did I recognize the AI voice? Okay. Wait, why of all things did this screw me up the most? I'm afraid. Hold on, what is this?
Dice, and if anything comes between 1 to 5, I'll kiss you.
And what if 6 comes?
These are so dumb. I'm happy I didn't even zoom in for it. It's so stupid.
In the magic mirror.
You can't watch too much of Disney. Turn the volume all the way up. You could trust me. Jump scare, right? No, he was right. We could have trusted him. Okay, a couple more of these. Oh my god. We can't watch too much of this is like a Jack Hanna nature special. Literally, it's a bear attacking a deer. That's as nature as it gets. At least he's not attacking the family dog, right? That would be bad. So stupid, the editing. Okay, I think that's to an extent, that's gotta be all the scary stuff. Gotta be. Oh, these are always wild. The stuff that's in the ocean, they There has to be a whole series on these. Sometimes they have the whole GIF thing. We have to find it. Like, look at this. This is something that's in the ocean, floating around. This is underwater, like mining. This is like an oil rig, and this is a camera underneath where the. This is some weird thing that's floating down there. What the heck? Oh, I've seen one of those before. It's a weird ass jellyfish type thing. But how did it turn into like the symbol it was? What the heck, right? Like, I mean, there's aliens in the ocean right now, right? That's what they're saying. They're in our oceans right now. We don't even know. Species of fish. Weird stuff, man. Now that's the weirdest. What in the world? Hold on. We have to go to the very end. It just turned into like two pieces and disappeared. Did you see that? It like wisps away the far right and like bizarro. That wasn't as spooky as it was just like yeah. Okay. I think that's all of the scary stuff. Pretty good. Pretty good, guys. Do a couple sneed posts right here. Should we watch a video? What time is it? What time is it? Gotta... Oh, give me a break. That video is supposedly copyrighted. YouTube's telling me. Warning, give me a break. Probably some like Discovery Channel footage, right? Let's do you. What the F you lose? Okay, let's keep going down this path. I don't understand. Someone just fell from the ceiling or something. Kind of weird. He has a plastic mask on with nails all over it, almost like Hellraiser. What is going on? I fast forward, there's a lot of balloons on the ground. Is the stupidest. We can't blow this up. It'll be copyrighted. 2 nukes weren't enough is the title. I feel bad for even watching this. Oh my god, she's drinking gasoline. Can't even. Someone drew this in an anime? Okay, no. She's a robot. Two nukes were not enough. I understand the title now. I'm gonna make some soapy chicken tonight. Oh, yeah. Soapy chicken is good, right?
It's onion powder. Onion powder.
Why is the water soapy? What did you do? I said wash the fucking chicken. What is this?
Taekwon.
What you mean? I'm washing it. What you
Taekwon, why is there soap in the chicken? Tom, why is there soap in the chicken? Are you fucking retarded?
How you supposed to wash the chicken?
Nigga, rinse it off with cold water. You not fucking put this soap in the fuck.
You didn't say that.
Bro, are you fucking retarded? Your mom cooked. You ain't never watched. You done fucked my dinner up, bro. Like, this one, I'm like doing shit with you. I asked you to do one. You fucking dumb. And you done fucked up one. I'm gonna just turn all this shit.
That's funny. What are people saying? They literally do that. One of the Caribbean specifically. Boobas he's talking about. Well, you could rinse your chicken with cold water, but not soap. Taekwon. Yeah, it sounds like Taekwondo, right? Taekwondo. What's wrong with you? Let's see. Base rotary engine. Oh, man. Afraid to watch. Oh my god. We're not blowing this one up. Now this is work safe, so don't worry. But this is still weird as hell.
考えられるのはどちらかの穴だけど、肛門は膣の4倍の締め付けがあると言われている。
Okay, we're not watching any more of this. Who comes up with this? We gotta read the comments though. 2 nukes were not enough, someone said. How common is adolescent? I'm laughing because this is fucking... Japan is... People allow the mass degeneracy. Now, the Japanese culture, there's some amazing stuff about it. The food, samurai stuff, the architecture. But then there's some really weird stuff, like the diaper vending machine, the Harajuku stuff. This guy's asking how common is adolescent intercourse in Japan. I mean, this is hyper-sexualized nation for children, but a hyper-prude culture for grown-ups, question mark? Source, someone's asking. Please, I have to know what anime this is from. No, you don't. How did she insert the balloon? At 1 minute and 35. What the F? We're not gonna we're not gonna watch base. I'm not even gonna do that. What is the source? No, who finds this stuff? It makes a WebM out of. First they have to find the weird thing. Then they have to make it into a WebM, right? Oh my god. What is this one? Oh, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Is he just like, what is this? Okay, he's waking up from a procedure. Or he's going under. They're giving him anesthesia.
What's that? Oh, are you...
He's changed.
Ah.
We'll go in and out.
Look how normies.
Sadry.
What's he doing? It's. I think it's a sound he makes. What, the frog? I'm not too sure.
You don't understand. You're normie.
Jesus, what's people saying about this? What is this? I'm afraid to... I'm not gonna read. Oh my god. I don't know why that relates to the kid in the hospital, but they posted it. We have to go back up now. Pretty classic. Okay, we're almost back up to a couple more. What the F zone?
Yes, I do. Hentai too.
Does Samuel L. Jackson like anime?
Yes, I do. Hentai too.
Oh my god. Someone told him to say that. Oh my god. I don't. WTF, we lost. I have no idea what just happened. People are saying Pokemon WTF.
Guys, did you?
No, somebody's just reading over this. Can't be real. ALMAO. There's no sound. Those are the bird aliens? The avians. Nose. No sound on this one either. What the F? Is that real? How does a cat do that? Right? How the F is it possible for a cat to move? Lost. This can't be real though, is it? Is this real? I refuse to believe this. What the F is this real? Is that real? That's the last remaining vestige of hope on 4chan is the humor and memes. Holy shit, is this real? How many years can it take a cat to learn this? Did they teach him? Is this real? This cannot be real. It's too awesome. It's so funny how all the responses. Oh man, great, so great. Okay, wow. Okay, this is actually how they cross this chasm in somewhere. It could be anywhere in the world. Some could be the Kashmir Valley. Could be India, right? Who knows? Holy moly. Is there sound? It's a pretty funny noise. Wow. It needs water. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. I just made that up completely. It's just talking. Oh, now we know what's happening. Now we see. He is getting a little frisky. We just watched National Geographic Turtle Sesh. Go try and scrub a chicken breast with some crazy. Wait, what? Chicken breast with some. He's still talking. This guy's still talking about the chicken and soap. Unbelievable. Owen Wilson tortoise.webm. Oh, that's why he's responding. Successful wash the soap flavor out. It's okay to admit that you did something stupid. And then the guy's responding that, go ahead, rinse chicken with dish detergent, and then rinse it out, cook it, eat it. I guarantee it'll still taste like soap. Yeah, if you let it soak, probably definitely. You're marinating it in soap flavor. Hell yeah, it's gonna taste like soap still.
Aren't boys simple?
They can be. They can be.
Why did
Uh-oh. Let's see. First Flight WebM. Oh man. Oh man. I remember this. It was like the first flight of some small village in certain regions of the world. Oh my God. Where did that come from? The other side? Holy crap. You know what? Like, dashboard cameras are huge in Russia. I mean, they should be adapted in America, honestly. I think they're a very important thing. What is going on? Wait a minute. Hopefully this is not copyrighted too, but what is going on here? This is like a karate fight. Like, this is African jiu-jitsu. And he just farted, yes. And broke his back. This is WTF. This is like Bruce Lee. This might be some like big movie. We could be copyright infringed for that one. That could be some big Nollywood movie. They call it Nollywood. There's Bollywood, there's Hollywood, and there's Nollywood. Yes, Nigeria has a very big movie population. Movie activist. I think we're almost to the end here.
These penguins are all head.
Definitely can't watch that one. Oh my God. This is definitely TLC we can't watch. Pregnant Man is what it's called. I'm afraid. I have a phobia, right? That's what they would say.
Moose. And it appears it died of natural causes.
Oh my God. You know how bad that would smell?
And when a creature like so dies, the cycle of Mother Nature
Unfucking believable.
continue.
This is a pile of maggots. Give me a break. She's probably a witch. Probably in the witchcraft, right? Okay. Okay, we're gonna watch one video. Those were good. Those were good. Sneed posts. Watch a video. What happened to the American electronic stores? I would love to watch this. And you're going to watch it with me. We're going to take a look at this one real quick. For the Zoomers, you guys are going to like this one. There used to be electronic stores in America. You would imagine that some rich anon that gets rich off of XRP will reopen some electronic stores. Reopen some microchip fabrication factories in America. Let's see. This guy's a good channel.
This is the Parks Mall in Arlington, Texas. There's nothing specifically awesome about this mall, it just happens to be the mall I grew up around. In fact, there were 3 malls I shopped at as a kid, and this was one of them. Another one was called the Forum 303 Mall, which was torn down years ago. The other one was called the Six Flags Mall, and it too was also torn down years ago. Of course, there are plenty of other malls in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, like the Hulen Mall or the Galleria Dallas. I never visited these as a kid. We also had the Tandy Center Mall, which I've talked about before, but it was also demolished a few years ago. So the only thing special about the Parks Mall is that it's the only one of my 3 childhood malls that remains standing today, which makes it more interesting to talk about because we can compare what it is like today versus in the 1980s. One problem that has plagued me with making a video on this topic is the sheer lack of multimedia, like pictures and video, of the insides of these electronic stores and shopping malls and places that I wanted to talk about. And it's not for a lack of trying. In fact, when I was much younger, on many occasions, I tried to take a video camera or even a still camera into various electronic stores or shopping malls. And you know what always happened? That's right, security always told me to leave. In fact, one time they even confiscated the film out of my camera. These places,
those pesky security guards,
were extremely paranoid about people taking pictures inside of their stores, and I never quite figured out why. I actually asked the security guard one time as he was escorting me out exactly what the reason was, and he said it was because they didn't want competitors to come in and document the prices on their products. And, you know, I countered that with like, well, couldn't they just walk in with a piece of paper and a pencil and write them down? Or better yet, just grab the catalog that you give away to pretty much every customer that comes in for free, which clearly documents all of the prices of all of the products. And I wasn't really given a good answer to that question, but I don't think that that was the real reason. I think it was an excuse. I'm not quite sure what the real reason was for not allowing photographs, but whatever it wasn't just me. Basically, nobody was able to take pictures in these places. And well, you can kind of get away with it now because everybody carries a camera in their pocket. There just isn't hardly any video or pictures to be found from the 1980s or 90s of the inside of these places. But I do have this. This is a little window into the past of the Parks Mall. This is a layout of the mall during the 1980s, and so we're going to take a little virtual look at the various electronic stores in the mall at that time. Granted, most of these stores are stores that sell clothing, shoes, jewelry, or whatever. Stuff that nerds like me really don't care about. But there were a number of electronics and otherwise nerd-worthy stores for me to shop at during that time. For example, we had Babbage's. Now, for those that don't remember, Babbage's was a software store. Now, clearly this photo is from a later time, as you can see there.
This is definitely before Bellagio's time. A software store. Like video games, like GameStop. I see Halo. When they say software, it sounds like PC.
Selling games like Halo and whatnot, but in the 1980s, this is where we bought software for our Commodores, Apples, Ataris, among other things. The next store is Camelot Music. This is where we went to shop for our cassette tapes and later compact discs. Electronics Boutique was another software store we had here at the mall.
That's before GameStop.
In fact, I think this photo here was actually taken.
Electronics Boutique, guys. Look at this photo. Holy moly. The essence and the aesthetic of this photo you could boil down, and it just screams Americana, freedom, capitalism at its finest.
At the Parks Mall, because this is the exact layout of the one that we had. Anyway, again, this is where we would shop for Commodore or Nintendo games. Later on, they actually started putting Amigas up on display for people to play with and check out the games. Next, we had Music Land. This was a competitor to Camelot. Again, we bought cassettes and compact discs in here. And don't forget Radio Shack. And while I'm sure everyone remembers Radio Shack, some younger people might not remember Radio Shack the way I do. In the 1980s, they were a store full of cool electronic gadgets, many of which you just couldn't find anywhere else, like this talking clock, which I've had since the 1980s.
It's 5:17 p.m.
Or Roby Jr., which I've also had since I was a kid. And don't forget the Armatron. And while this is not my original model, it's pretty much exactly the same. But this is also the place you'd find portable computers like these, or even pocket computers when nobody else was selling them at the time. One of my Christmas rituals was to look through the Radio Shack catalog and circle the things that I wanted for Christmas and give it to my grandparents, and they'd usually buy me 1 or 2 things that I'd asked for. And that is how I came to be in possession of this Roby Jr., which this was a product that was only available at Radio Shack, and I've actually had this in my possession since I was 12 years old, and I did in fact get this for Christmas. A lot of Radio Shack products were rebranded Japanese products that simply weren't for sale in the USA under any other brand name.
This is interesting. I like
such as
this.
the Pocket computers or even the Model 100. And some products, like this keyboard, were also available for sale in other stores under the Casio brand name. However, the Radio Shack that existed in the last decade or so before their bankruptcy didn't hold much resemblance to the Radio Shack I grew up with in the 1980s. Anyway, back to the Parks Mall. So far I've shown 5 of my favorite stores that are now gone, but there's a lot more. We actually had this store here called the AT&T store. Now, the funny thing about the AT&T stores, you might be thinking, well, we still have those now, but we don't. At least not the kind of AT&T store we had back in the 1980s. If you walked into that store, what you would have seen are landline telephones like these. And they actually had a variety of different types of telephones, hundreds of them actually. Designer telephones, Garfield telephones, telephones that looked like they were antiques, things like that. But they were all landline telephones. Even the cordless phones they had were still designed to work off of a landline. They didn't sell cell phones in the store. You could get cell phones down at Radio Shack, but not at the AT&T store. And so the interesting thing is I have looked and looked and looked all over the internet, and I cannot find a single photograph showing what the inside of the AT&T store looked like during the 1980s, because when you search for it, all you find are pictures of the modern AT&T store. So I'd love to be able to show you what it looked like. It was actually a pretty cool place for nerds to go. We also had a Tilt located here. This was an arcade, very similar to the type of arcade you could see in the movie War Games. And while Tilt is still...
It's almost like they're deleting the history from the 80s, right? We can't find any photos of old Radio Shacks before the 90s,
in business in some locations, the one here in the mall has been gone for decades. Next up on the list, we had a Ritz camera. This was the store that carried everything you might need for photography. And as you can imagine, with the invention of the digital camera, this place went the way of Kodak. We also had a KB toy store located here, and you might think, gee, why would you care about a toy store? Well, besides toys, they also sold quite a bit of Nintendo and Sega Genesis stuff here. And while not inside the mall, we had a Toys R Us right outside the mall that shared the same parking lot. So while not shown on this map, I always considered it part of the mall. And Toys R Us carried not only game consoles, but actual computers like Commodore and Atari. Plus you could find neat things there like the Fisher-Price Pixel camera. And of course, both KB Toys and Toys R Us are both gone today. We also had 2 bookstores, B. Dalton Books and Walden Books, and I used to go into these stores to find books on programming as well as my favorite monthly computer magazines like Ahoy or Compute's Gazette. And while we still do have a bookstore at the mall today, it's a Barnes & Noble instead. And the last thing on the map I wanted to mention is Sears. They used to have quite a large electronics department. In fact, this exact Sears location is where my dad took me and my brother and bought us new computers, of which I picked out a Commodore 128D. In fact, I still remember my dad having to drive around here to the back to pick up the computers. Now, that being said, Sears just recently went out of business. As you can see that it's all boarded up. However, the electronics department has been gone for a long, long time already. And there's one more store I wanted to mention at the mall, and that's Suncoast Motion Picture Company. And it doesn't show up on this map because the store wasn't added until about a year after this map was printed. But if I remember correctly, it was right up here. And this was the place I shopped to find all of my favorite movies and TV shows on VHS tape and eventually even Laserdisc. And so out of all of these fun stores in the mall, literally none of these exist today. And what's worse, it isn't like they were replaced by competitors. There are literally no electronic stores, music or video stores in the mall at all, unless you count GameStop, which doesn't exactly have a bright future. As such, for the last couple of decades, there hasn't been much of any good reason for me to even go there. All that remains are clothing stores and all of the other things that us nerds just don't care about. But it's not just the mall. My parents bought my first VIC-20 at a store called Best, which has been gone for decades now. And some of my computer equipment also came from Service Merchandise, which was part of that Forum 303 mall that I said was demolished years ago. We had a computer store here called Computer City, which has been gone since the 1990s. And don't forget Circuit City, although I think they sort of deserve to die after trying to unleash that horrible DivX format on the world. CompUSA was another great computer store that's been gone for a long time, and another store that was actually in the Parks Mall during the 1990s was Sharper Image. They had a lot of neat electronics gadgets, but also disappeared a long time ago. Of course, everyone knows Blockbuster Video. I can't count how many videos I rented from them, and about 20 years ago, me and a friend of mine put a live fish in their return box. We had just caught it out on the lake, and it was about the size of a video cassette, so it fit just fine. And we filmed the crime so we could laugh at it for decades, and well, here we are, still laughing at that. Anyway, Moving along, we also have
These
this really cool
pranksters.
store called Incredible Universe. Now, unfortunately, they didn't last more than a year or so and went out of business. And the building that they were in was bought out by Fry's Electronics, who occupied it up until just recently. And I'm sure everyone has heard the news by now that Fry's is officially out of business, putting one of the last nails in the coffin of electronic stores. And you know, it wasn't just large electronic stores like these. There were lots of smaller, independently operated electronic stores all over the country. Too many to count, in fact, that have all suffered the same fate. So what happened to these stores? Why did they all die out over the last 20 years? You know, admittedly, some of the earlier ones that died out in the 80s or 90s were probably due to bad business practices. However, I think all of them that died in the last 20 years or so can be attributed to three specific factors. The first, and possibly most important problem, was the invention of the smartphone. To illustrate exactly what I'm talking about, let's take a look at this old Radio Shack catalog from 1985 and imagine how these products would sell today. Oh look, VCRs, who needs that? Oh look, portable stereo systems, who needs
I have a great point about inflation and electronics. Electronics used to be so expensive, guys, considering inflation too. Like, look at some of these prices. And then calculate that in an inflation calculator.
Oh look, portable stereo systems. Who needs that when you have a smartphone in your pocket? Portable cassette recorders for dictation. Who needs that? Portable cassette players for your music. Again, who needs that? Link media? More home stereo stuff? Oh look, cassette players for your car stereo. Who needs that? CB radios for communicating on the road. Who needs that? Ooh, landline telephones. Who uses those anymore? Even cordless phones. More portable stereos. Alarm clocks. Does anyone still use those? Even more alarm clocks, including some fancy talking clocks. Portable televisions? I mean, who needs that when you can watch anything you want from a device in your pocket? Yet even more clocks. Pages and pages of calculators. I mean, who needs one of these when everyone has one in their pocket already? Ooh, and a pocket pager to keep you in touch with family. Who needs that? Oh, and automatic telephone answering systems. Yeah, does anyone still have one of these? And portable computers, but why bother when everybody carries a supercomputer in their pocket? Or even pocket computers, kind of pointless these days. And that's just the Radio Shack catalog, but don't forget some of the other important things that disappeared, like video cameras. I mean, sure, some people still buy them for professional use, but the average citizen has no need of such a thing. Same goes for still cameras, no need for those. Portable GPS systems sort of went away for the most part, since everyone has one in their pocket now. But it's not just the electronics devices that went away, but also all of the supporting products. For example, why would an electronics store have aisles and aisles worth of space for cassettes or CDs or even videotapes or DVDs, for example? And nobody buys their computer software from a shelf anymore. I mean, we download it from the App Store. Imagine taking the menu at Taco Bell and just blotting out 80% of the items on that menu and saying that nobody was ever going to buy those again. And what's worse is there would be no increase in sales of the remaining items on the menu either. And that would reduce Taco Bell from a major player in the food industry to just a small niche in a food truck or something. I mean, it would destroy their business. And that's essentially what the smartphone has done to electronic stores. But it's not the only cause. The second nail in the coffin is, of course, the dramatic cost reduction of electronics. I mean, just as an example, take a look at this ad from 2001 here. A decent living room-sized TV could cost as much as $3,000. And if you wanted a plasma TV around this time, the cost was as high as $14,000.
Holy
you either had to be
moly.
wealthy or put it on a payment
So that in today's standard is like $50,000, basically.
plan. Today, you can go into Best Buy and buy a similar sized TV for a little over $400. So, I mean, let's imagine the profit.
And I mean in inflation. If it's $14,000 back then, in inflation money, that's like $50,000 today money.
On such an item is 10%, considered average these days. That means that they make $40 for selling you a nice living room TV, as opposed to $300 that they would have made back in the 90s. And if you account for inflation, it would really be more like $500. So with most of the electronics items, the profit margin was literally 10 times higher back in the 90s than it is today. Now, this is most likely one of the reasons they have ridiculous prices on things like HDMI cables and try to scam every buyer with some kind of extended warranty, because there isn't enough profit to be made on the electronics items themselves. And that brings us to the last nail in the coffin, which is online shopping, and more specifically eBay and Amazon. I mean, why drive to the store and sit through traffic just to look at a smaller selection of stuff than what you can find online? Instead, you can order from the convenience of your smartphone wherever you happen to be. Probably pay a little bit less for the product and have it at your doorstep in a day or two. And so these three things are why I believe the electronic stores of yesterday went out of business and they're never coming back.
And the sad part about this is there's a culture that has been essentially lost to time.
Yeah.
It's impossible to
So
recreate the shopping experience that we had back in the 1980s. I mean, I don't want to give up my smartphone or online shopping, but I do miss being able to go into a variety of stores and look at all the gadgets and gizmos that they had on the shelf, and trying to decide, which was the one I just absolutely couldn't live without. But that's all history these days. And I don't think people, unless they were born in that era, I don't think people will ever be able to experience it again, which is somewhat unfortunate. But anyway, that wraps it up for this episode. So
Very awesome.
As always, thanks for watching.
This is the 8-Bit Guy on YouTube. Very good channel. You guys will love it. Absolutely love it. Let's get back to the bunker. We are going to start winding down this show. We're going to play a half hour. This is why GameStop was that was made way before GameStop. Remember how he said GameStop's not looking good? That video is old, and the inflation numbers are way higher now too. So it's an older video for sure. Close the window. We're going to play a half hour of this new modded Minecraft. I got to get it fired up in I finally got Java Minecraft. Java. Let's see if I can get this project on screen. I've never played this mod before. We're playing the MC Eternal mod. Big. See if this will... we go. Good, I have to always keep it like that. That weird. This is the ratios I play on. 1440. And this is 1080. This is going to take a little bit to load. We might have to hop back over to a video while this loads up. This is initializing massive amounts of mods. This I've never played before. I'm probably gonna have to watch tutorials, but we're gonna try to play a little bit right now, just for a half hour. You want me to do my Charles Carroll video right now while we wait? Get that over with. See if we can. Having issues. Let me give you my rundown on this guy.
It doesn't matter. Pain only comes when you're not prepared properly or not working hard enough to cleanse yourself of the things you hate about yourself. And not hate. Cleanse yourself of the things that let you...
Now, nothing leads you back to the gospel. Nothing brings you to Jesus. This is all like new, very new agey. Very, you could save yourself. Knowledge can save you. Very Masonic.
You down. So if you're prepared for it, you can tackle these things in a systemic way, and that's extreme adherence to spiritual purification. So no matter what, the moon is going to show you, maybe perhaps the moon can show you what is most disappointing about yourself. And
the moon can teach you. The moon can show you.
when that happens, you can get real disappointed, as long as you are, concerned with the soul. And when it happens enough, you know yourself enough to where you know what you're going to be hit with the next time. You actually know it. You actually know what's on deck. The moon will waterboard you.
The moon is gonna... What is he talking about, guys? Now, you have to understand, he's talking to very young and impressionable kids, right? Teens. You know, when you were a young high schooler, you would eat this stuff up. You know, the new age stuff. Yep. Kind of odd.
Moon waterboards. That's the problem. But the problem isn't the moon, the problem is you. How does the moon affect your reality, Nathrakis? How does the moon affect the tides? How does the moon affect water? How does the moon affect water in the ocean? Does the moon affect water in your body? If your body is 75, 78, whatever % water, it's irrefutable. But see, it's not. This is irrefutable. Lunatics, the cops saying that in full moons, crime rising during full, like, this is not something that is a joke or is speculation. I'm telling you that when you get to a certain point in your world, when you are trying to know yourself, you can't hide from yourself. And when it's time to know yourself more, it's by force, and you are waterboarded. Unless you are continually, diligently doing the spirit.
Now, this is some pretty wacky stuff, guys. You could check this video out. I mean, he has a lot of videos like this. It's just worrisome that his audience can be so swayed, you know? I don't know if he means well or he's just misguided himself.
Spiritual work. When you know what's coming next, you are perhaps beginning to know your true self. I mean, there's the moon, there's the sky. They're all one. Not all one, but many of them are the same. Think of how many times, I mean, if you're a creative individual or you're a sensitive individual, how many times you couldn't sleep, thoughts that you desperate.
Kind of odd. I don't like it. Because then when I ask him about Jesus, he thinks Jesus is some mythical being, you know. Very low energy, very low effort. This is loading up. Cycloptic. Yeah, definitely Hermeticism. Yeah, like we all were there. We all read Manly P. Hall at one point, but that's their worldview, like the New World Order / Masonic / Illuminati. If that makes any sense. We got a PayPal. I want to thank $5 PayPal from JR. Thank you very much. You are awesome. Thank you very much. I just saw that. Okay. This is taking forever to load. I don't know if it's because... Nah, it just takes a while. It's a huge mod pack. Good night, everyone. Good night, whoever's leaving. Black Eagle. Yes, peace out. It's getting late. I actually have to go soon, too. I didn't know this was going to take this long to load. I only had a half hour to play more. This is... By the time this loads, I'll have 10 minutes. I think I will record this and upload it on the main channel with videos of tonight, different things, cuts and edits on the main channel. I mean, we're almost there, but this is taking forever. Are you kidding? I gotta do this every time I want to play this mod. Ooh. Very nice. Nice. Let's do this one because I already made it. I think. Yeah, we got 18 minutes. And we're going. We're going to bed. This is a mega mod pack. I have no idea how to play most of it. Yeah, no, your call is going to be an episode. All the calls are going to be an episode. Even Ricky. Well, here we go. Okay. Oh. Java Minecraft. There's something up there. It looks like a house. I've never played this mod pack. Skill book. Select a class. Interesting. Artisan. Lumberjack. Huh. Fisherman. Hermit. I don't know what if I click on it, does it say? In your face combat. Hardy woodfeller. You're okay. More efficient furnaces and brewing. Zealot. Branching mining is for archaeology, more easily find treasure while mining. That's interesting. More efficient farming technique, mobility in combat. Better at scavenging. I guess be a hermit. That sounds good. Better at scavenging. But I don't understand. Oh, now it opened up like a skill tree. Brewing. Combat. Mining. Okay. Then a quest book. What is that? A crystal flower, Electro Blob's wizard. I'll take that. Druidic arts, new chapter unlocked. So I guess we have to follow the skill book to figure out how to really do stuff. I'm completely lost though. It said earlier to hold the left menu button. What is left menu? That's left alt, right? Left alt and right alt? Oh, destroy trees, hold down. Let's just listen to that tutorial. Why am I jumping? I'm not pressing. Let's open the quest book. Holy moly. This is the quest book? The music's a little loud, isn't it? We have to do something about the music. Here's seagulls. Man, the piano is just... Okay. Perfect. Better. Okay. Starting quest. funny starting quest. In your new venture, you have to sign your contract, which essentially says your soul belongs to me. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. This was a small legible text. Tasks. What is my task? Oh, I guess just sign there. I did. Click. They gave me rewards. Gift. Thank you for downloading my pack. Lots of work went into it. Fun experience. Yeah, we're gonna have to really get into this another day. Do a whole stream on this. Visit dimension overworld. There's different dimensions. Interesting, yeah. I'm gonna get into this. A lot of stuff. Holy shit. How do I get the... Oh, there's the reward now. I see. Ah. Now I got these things. These tings. Pop-Tart. Where's my, Whoa, I threw it. No, don't throw it. Ooh. Gills. Man, this is gonna be really in-depth, really awesome. First time playing a Minecraft mod. What is that creature? Look at that thing. What is it? It's on fire. Whoa! Wow, I got one shot. Wunderbar. I got a grave key. Fuck that thing. Whoa, leave me alone. How do I run? We have to make a definitive run button. Because I don't know what it is. That is a powerful creature, whatever killed me. That is no laughing matter. Look at that base Bellagio TTV. How do I get my shit back? Got it. Let's go. Go, 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 go. We're gonna take shelter in one of these buildings. Fucking terrified. I'm terrified, my guys. Get inside here. Oh. The fuck? Someone else attacked me? Oh my god, dude. There is mad enemies in this. Kind of fucking crazy. What was that? Okay, we're gonna have to save here. We're gonna look into this. Is awesome already. It's really, really great. We're gonna get back into this. Don't you guys worry. We're gonna end the stream though. It's getting late. I must go. Shutting down the internal servers. Yeah, one death, guys. Holy moly! It one-shot me. Of course, it was like a crazy demon. Maybe it's on fire because I don't know. Who knows? We're like, look at these creatures. Ugh. I have to make a skin too. I don't know. There's ways you could do that on Java. I will learn. I will learn the way. We must minimize for now. Stop recording. Guys, I'm going to be playing this a little bit later tonight. I got to go walk the dogs a little bit. I got to go hang out with the wife. I will be back on a future time live, but I will record future gameplay where we left off there in this. That is a really awesome mod. And you will see a video on it coming up on the main channel. Thank you for being a part of the stream tonight. Thank you for watching on all platforms. You guys are amazing. I will record the content later. Thank you very much for watching. Mindsteaders, let me know if you ever played this mod. MC Eternal. I need tips already. These monsters are vicious. Daytime monsters. I love it. All right. Peace out, everybody. Thank you all for watching.